Hello, and welcome to another Stoosman Brown race review. Today we have Daily Race C at Deep Forest Raceway. It was a 14-lap race on soft tires, one required pit stop, and we decided to go with the Mercedes CLK. We didn't really decide, we were kind of forced to. It was the only car that was really competitive this week. Saw a couple NSXs out there, a couple GTRs, but none of them could compete with the straight line speed of the Mercedes this week. And two very long straights on Deep Forest Raceway lends itself to another CLK race. So let's take a peek at our quickest lap. Unfortunately, we weren't able to capture it in PSVR 2. I wasn't streaming or recording at the time, but we did save the replay. Coming in at turn 1 here, you want to brake mostly in a straight line, but turn the car in a little bit. Get her nose pointed where you want to go and get back on the throttle. In this sector, we really just want little taps on the brake. You'll lose a lot of time if you try trail braking. I was really trying to just give nice little taps here. Really trying to shoot for no braking here, kissing the grass a little bit. Coming into the sector where we lost the most time consistently. Again, big tap, get off the brakes. And right here, I could not figure this corner out. In this lap, I get it all right. Almost going a little bit wide and picking up the penalty, but in all of time trial and throughout the race, I was having a real tough time negotiating that corner. Coming into this dangerous hairpin before the final straight. It's a very dangerous spot in the race, lots of traffic happens over here, but also it's a good place for some overtakes. Coming around the final straight, I'm gonna cross the start finish line. Let's see what time we get. And it's a 1:19.2. And let's see how that stacks up against the rest of the world. Top 1,000, top 800 in fact. And so that's pretty cool. It was a real competitive week. And actually, it's really interesting. We're going to take a look at the top 100 times right here. And we're actually about half a second, 6/10 off of the top 100 times this week. So that was a good feeling. And also, the split between the top 2,000 and top 100 times was about only a second and a second and a half. So it was very, very competitive this week. Coming into our race, we'll take a look at our lobby. See mixed lobby, couple A pluses, A's, B's in there. Coming into the beginning of the race now, we're going to start in P2. We did actually have a pole position start this week, which was pretty exciting. Coming around turn 1, trying to keep it defensive, not trying to lose any track position. And it looks like everybody keeps it pretty cool through there. This race happened on Friday, so everyone's pretty warmed up, pretty familiar with the track, I think. And all the crazy incidents, for the most part, were pretty much done. Earlier in the week, we had a couple crashes, couple incidents around this sector, which was pretty annoying. But at this point in the week, I think everybody had it pretty much locked in. Coming into our most difficult corner. Again, trying to keep it defensive, not trying to lose any track position. Coming into this real long straight, Andre having a little slip there, but still seeming to break away and get a better exit than the rest of us. He was real quick this week, and there were actually a couple dudes that were incredibly fast. We're going to see a Brazilian that started from the back that is going to creep his way up here later in the race, coming around to the hairpin on lap 1. Giving space to the drivers around us, and it looks like we're going to survive the first lap at least, which is always a good sign. Coming to the start-finish line, we're going to go defensive against Monster here. Again, do not want to lose any track position. Having some nice side-by-side racing right now. And we actually get bumped a little bit there. But no harm, no foul, everything's fine. As we continue on with our race. Really trying to go defensive here against Monster and keep our position. However, later in the lap, He is going to be able to make a move on us on the straight before the hairpin. He just has too much of our slip, and we're going to try to tuck in right behind him. And we just get bumped a little bit there. And Bonster's going to be able to break away from us a little bit, and we're going to lose that slip. Kind of annoying. There was a lot of bumping going around on that hairpin throughout the week, but what are you going to do? P3 coming around at the end of lap 2 is still not bad. We're going to go defensive here. Once again, deja vu moment, just with a different driver. And we are going to be able to defend our position against Rolling Thunder. Really trying to catch up to Bonster here and stay in his slip, because already at this point, him and Andre are starting to break away from the rest of us. Coming around once again into our most hated sector. I really dislike this corner more than the hairpin, if I'm being honest with you. Coming in, everything looks nice, but we're definitely going to have a little slip, get a little greedy on the throttle there. And that's going to allow Rumbling Thunder to have a great run on this straight before the hairpin, kind of forcing us to go defensive, and we're going to have to try to defend our position once again. Are we going to be able to get it done? We are, because there's bumping going on behind us. We weren't involved in that, but they got in a little scuffle, and we were able to break away. Coming around at the end of lap 5, we have our first pit stops. Galinando, the Brazilian that started from the back, that was incredibly fast. We raced with him a lot this week, and every race consistently starting in the back and catching up to all of us. It was really incredible. Approaching the treacherous hairpin at the end of lap 6. Let's take a look at our radar, and Rumbling Thunder's going to have a little moment here, and he's going to slide off track, lose a couple positions. We'll take a look at what happened to him after the race, but that's huge for us because now we have so much space behind us and no pressure from P4 or 5 as Cheat goes into the pits. On lap 7, we are going to pit, and you have a choice to change your tires or not change your tires. We are going to change our tires. I'd rather not risk having dead tires later in the race, so we'll take the couple seconds loss and put some fresh tires on. Coming out in P6, are we going to be in any traffic? It doesn't look like it. Cheat behind us, but still a little bit of space, and right now we just want to focus on warming our tires up and getting back into the race. Coming around to the end of our outlap, we are going to pick up a couple more positions as Warmonger goes into the pits along with Bionic Chicken. And people were pitting anywhere between lap 6 and 8. Some people were pitting early lap 1 and not changing tires. I decided to pit lap 7 right in the middle and change the tires. But we are going to pick up a couple positions. We're in P4 now. And again, some space between me and Cheat behind. And we're not really going to have to worry about him. And now what we're about to see on the end of lap 11 is the turning point for everybody in the top 4, as there's some sort of incident here between Bonster and Andre. Bonster's going to cut in front of me here after that, and in the race his car was ghosted. Maybe I should have pulled over to the side. I think he saw me coming and should have known to get out of the way. It's not going to matter. He obviously has some sort of damage from the previous incident, so we're going to overtake him no problem. Coming into turn 1, as long as we keep it nice and tight here, we shouldn't have any problems, and we do. And now with only 3 laps left, I'm really just trying to keep it defensive here. Galinando's really, really fast. I don't think there's any way that I'm going to be able to catch up with him. So I'm just trying to keep it clean and bring home another podium. This day was a real good day for us. Every race that we did finish that we didn't get taken out in, we did finish in a podium position. So this being the last race of the day, I was happy with taking a P2. Coming around our tricky corner again. Do we get it done? We do. Making up some space from the guys behind us, and I'm hoping that hopefully they're going to fight each other. But I'm not expecting this right here. It looks like P1 is serving a penalty. He might have also been involved in that previous incident, and now out of nowhere, Stoosman Brown is in P1 with only 2 laps left to go. And now let's go on board with the VR cam for our final lap.
Uh-oh. Come on, he's gonna have a decent run. He's gonna have a decent run, but I think we got it. I think we got it, guys. I think we got it. P1! Woo! Stoos for the win. Wow.
Yes, and a great win. We weren't the quickest out there, but possibly maybe we were the cleanest, most consistent this race, and I think that's what led us to our victory. Definitely a couple unfortunate incidents for other racers out there, opened the doors for us to sneak through, and with our final race of the week, we do secure the win. So now let's take a look at a couple incidents that occurred during this race. This first little incident, well, I guess you wouldn't even really call it an incident, it's more of a mistake. Happened to Rolling Thunder. Let's take a look at it. Coming around at the hairpin. Let's keep an eye on him. He's just gonna hit the curb and just get really, really loose and go into the wall. And let's actually take a look at it from Rumbling Thunder's perspective. Coming around the hairpin. Gets a good angle and just... I don't know what happens to him there. Slams into the wall, has a little slide coming back onto the track. And now he's got some pretty severe damage as well. And he does decide to pit. It's probably a good idea. And now this one was the big one. And you're going to see, this is just... I don't even know what to say about this right here. We'll take a look at it from all three of Bonster's, Andre's, and Galley's perspectives. And you guys can decide what happened here. Looks like a bunch of nonsense coming around at the end of the race. So let's take a look at it. On board with Bonster first. He's going to get slammed. Completely turned into. And he's going to drive into the wall there. Let's see if... Taking a look with Andre's perspective, if we can see a little bit better what happened here. So Andre behind Bonster, and the Brazilian Galley behind Andre. Now, from Andre's perspective, looks like Galley just dive bombs a little bit, and then Andre kind of drives straight through Bonster and also has his own little moment there. There we come. And now, let's take a look at Galley Nando's perspective. Let's see if this is a dive bomb. I'm pretty sure it is. I mean... Yep, he just slams right into Bonster, and Andre just keeps driving. And actually, Galley's going to slow down here and wait. And he's going to get a 4-second penalty. I think he says, screw that. I'm out of here. I'm taking off. And he just, he leaves the scene of the crime. Pretty unbelievable. I think even if you get the penalty, you should have waited there. That was a clear dive bomb, and he just ruined two people's races, so... Fast forward a little bit to when he serves his penalty. We're in P2 right now. Here comes serving his penalty. 4-second penalty. He lost so much time. And actually, he does wait up for everybody else. So fair play on him. I take back what I said. And that just leaves Stoosman Brown in first place to round the rest of the race out and take home the victory. Truly incredible. So yes, it was a very exciting week. Very, very, very competitive week. But we did come out with the win, which is always super cool. It's like you conquered the week. And I just want to say thanks to everybody who dropped in during the live streams and said what's up. It's super cool of you. And since the last video, we do have a couple new subscribers. If you're one of them, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And I've been having a lot of fun sharing these videos with you guys. And there's definitely going to be more to come. So thanks again for watching. Until the next time, Stoosman out.